everyone out there in the YouTube universe. This is Sage from Fandom City with another Star Wars video just for all you guys. Joining me for this video, though, is a co-host over at Fandom City Pod. He is our promotional director. He is a man of many hats. He probably has so many hats, his wife wants him to get rid of some. It's Tommy B. What's happening, man?
Hey, Sage. I'm having a pretty good day myself. You know, for all those listening out there, we're recording this on Monday. So it's been a pretty darn good way to get this week started, I'd say. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, man. You know, Ben Hart from the Star Wars Underworld and I had a conversation last night, and we both joked, you watch. They're going to drop this thing first thing in the morning. And I didn't get to bed last night for a very long time. We're talking like by the time I fell asleep, 3 a.m. And, of course, the footage drops at 8:17 this morning. So there was no sleeping in for me. But we're here today for all you to talk about and break down the Rise of Skywalker D23 special look. We're going to call it a teaser. I'm using air quotations, but you can't see them. We're going to call it a teaser, but we're also going to get into the big question and what exactly was that last shot. But let's get right into this, Thomas. Those that are watching us, if you want to have the trailer up in a different window, that's cool, and you can follow along. If not, we understand. But the 1 minute, 14 second mark, we see Rey, Finn, Poe, 3PO, and Chewie approaching some sort of desert village. Kind of looks like a cross between Tatooine and Geonosis. Lots of colorful flags here. I have no idea where this is. I know they've talked about the planet. I don't think this is Pisana, but I could be wrong. But I'll say this: the image of we're at the 116 mark now. The image of Chewie, Poe, Finn, and Rey from behind, looking out at all that. That's a pretty cool shot. That's a nice shot. I'm not saying that's an IMAX shot, but it looks like an IMAX shot. Thoughts?
I'm definitely saying that it is powerful. It's, I don't know about jaw-dropping, but it's really a good shot to get the footage rolling. My own views, what I would like it to be is I would really like this to be the rebellion that is predicted to just explode at the end of the last film. This would certainly be an explosion given the limited amount of time in the for the time skip. But hey, fan could be hopeful, right?
For sure. At the 117 mark, we see an image of Leia. She doesn't look right to me there. They said they weren't going to use any CGI with her, and maybe that is one of the shots from The Force Awakens. But she looks different there. I can't put my finger on it. Not that I'm trying to pick it apart. It's always
maybe she sees Kylo running towards her. Who knows?
Unlikely.
Although I actually am in that camp, but
it's always cool to see Carrie. We go to the 121 mark, and we see a bunch of X-Wings and Y-Wings, and it looks like B-Wings. It looks like we see a ship, one of the Tantive ships, and then a ship that has a Millennium Falcon-like shape, but definitely isn't the Millennium Falcon. So you can let your mind wander there as to what that ship is. It's a cool little shot, all those guys coming in from hyperspace into some planet's atmosphere. And then we see a very Solo-ish like shot, dude, where it looks like there's honestly maybe overkill on the amount of Star Destroyers they show in the sky.
That is just
with the lightning.
menacing. This shot is like it. If it had just a little bit of different music going on in the background, this would be like shivers down the spine quality here. But I don't think the music did it any favors for the shot.
So I wanna stress what I'm about to say is not what I believe. I am allowing my imagination to run with this. I see a bunch of Star Destroyers, and it should be noted these are the old Star Destroyers from the original trilogy, not the new ones. And immediately I'm sort of thinking, oh, maybe Thrawn's back. That would be awesome if they somehow shoehorned Thrawn into this movie. But realistically, this is probably the fleet along with the Sith troopers that have been lost in the unknown regions. That's not a spoiler. It's been literally all over the internet and on toy packaging. So my guess it has to do with them. It's a menacing shot, but I don't know. It's maybe the shot's not completed, but there's something off with it in my opinion. One of my favorite shots of the trailer, though, as we move on, is the some sort of turbo laser just absolutely laying waste to a planet. No, I don't think there's a Death Star, but I think there was a Lego toy that showed these new Star Destroyers that have these like mini Death Star like lasers on it, and it looks like it's laying waste to this planet, much in the same way the Death Star did to Jeddah in Rogue One when it only had one reactor going instead of all of them. And it, to me, dude, it's a pretty cool shot the way you see it explode.
Yeah, no, I am completely in that same camp as you. So in truth, part of me is skeptic. I think we've seen enough of the planet killer stuff. But we're at episode 9 now, I guess. Why not add something else? Let's wrap it up. And keep on moving.
Yeah. We move on to the next one. We see Rey training by herself again, much like she did in The Last Jedi. And then we get to a shot of Kylo walking away from his fighter on this deserty blue smoke planet.
At first glance, you might say, because of how brief the scene is, oh, is that Dagobah, or is that it's all smoky? But no, I really don't think. I really don't think so. I think this is someplace we haven't been before.
So the one conclusion I think we can draw is this is likely the same place that the Star Destroyers are lined up, with the blue smoky feeling and the lightning in the background. He's obviously ready for battle because he ignites his lightsaber almost immediately. Then we jump to Kylo and Rey, to what many people are calling, I'm not saying this is what we're calling it, the battle on the Death Star wreckage in an ocean, which looks cool because we've never seen that before. And it could be the Death Star wreckage. We know the Death Star wreckage is in the movie, and this could be the Death Star wreckage. Or maybe it's some sort of massive boat. Who knows? But the idea that they're going to battle on that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I really want to see if this the premise of the Death Star wreckage, I guess that would have to be related to how we're going to be bringing Palpatine all into the fold again to really give the storyline a good wrap up. But I'm thrilled that they're bringing it back into play as well.
And then we get to the last shot, man. We see from the darkness a dark side Rey ignites what looks to be 2 lightsabers, and it folds down like nunchucks into a double-bladed lightsaber. Very Darth Maul-like, but a little narrower. This is what's generating the buzz. We got a couple minutes to talk about this, so we're going to get right into predict. First of all, actually, what did you think of the shot in general? What was your initial reaction?
My initial reaction is no. There is no way that they are going to be flipping Rey to the dark side this late in the saga. There is no, or I should say trilogy. No way we're flipping Rey. If they wanted to do that, they would have done it last film. My views on this is that I'm thinking we are going to very much be seeing a callback to Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, with Luke's quote-unquote surrender. Because we all know Luke had real ambitions in the back of his mind, what was going to go on there and what he, his motives for his actions were. I'm feeling that this Rey with this lightsaber, this, this double blade, this gotta say, real cool model of saber we haven't seen before. I feel that this is going to be in the same spirit as that. What about you?
First of all, the shot looks cool. I mean, who doesn't get hyped when they see that? It's like, oh, what the hell could this lead to? It's a hype building shot. However, I've made it known before that some of us are privy to inside scoops on how most of this movie is going to play out. Yes, I do know what I feel at the very least is 50% of the movie and probably closer to 70% of what happens in this movie. You guys can call us out on the YouTube channel if you want and say that we're full of crap, but you'll see because we'll do a little spoiler video prior to the release of this film, and we'll see how accurate we are. And I think you'll find, due to our sources, that we're quite accurate. But from everything I've heard, I've already wondered how is there enough room in this film to squeeze it down into what would be a typical J.J. Abrams 2 hour and 20-minute film. And before seeing this footage, I didn't think it was possible. I thought it'd be around 2 hours and 40 minutes. If this is a legit turn, I don't know how there's time for this in this film to happen unless they're going to give us a Avengers Endgame type length of a film, which I don't see happening. They'll be hard pressed to give us 2 hours and 40 minutes or 2 hours and 45 minutes, let alone 3 hours. This to me, if someone said I had a chance to win $10 million, is a vision. It's a vision that will take up 30 seconds to a minute of the movie. And yes, that feels clickbaity. Yes, that feels like a cheap gimmick to get people into the theaters, especially if there's no real payoff for it. However, I can tell you this, man. I can tell you that I had a source this morning who has been on our network before and has gotten a lot of stuff right tell me some real interesting stuff pertaining to Rey, that shot, and what it means for the third act of the film. And that it indeed is not, this is not us saying that, this is the source, is not some cheap, gimmicky 30-second thing. But that is going to do it for us. We have already run over time. If you want to hear details on that, you're going to have to wait for the next YouTube video, which will likely wait until tomorrow to do. We'll see how the schedule pans out. Thomas, thanks so much for doing this, man. I was really glad to have you.
Hey, buddy, I'm always happy to come on here. So, hey, until next time.
Until next time, indeed. Don't forget to click the like button. It takes 5 seconds. If you don't like the video, then I understand not clicking the like button. I honestly do. But if you did like the video, then we would really appreciate you taking the time to click that like button for us. Most importantly, clicking the subscribe button. We're trying to build a fan base here. We're a small community. We're growing. We're dedicated to bringing you guys all the stuff that was in that message at the beginning. We appreciate your support. You can check us out on Twitter at Fandom City Pod. Check us out on Facebook, Fandom City. And we'll see you next time. May the Force be with you.